Before we dive in, I wanted to share something I am super excited about. On Monday, October 7th, we're kicking off our Super 7 live streaming video challenge. Over the course of 7 days, I'm going to be there to support you, hold your hand, and give you a little nudge to help you gain more confidence and more consistency to up your live video game. To join the challenge for free, just head to yongpratt.com/238. And now, on with the show. So, you want to start a podcast. What's holding you back? Maybe you're worried about the time you think starting a podcast will take away from other projects or even from your family. Or perhaps you're overwhelmed with the tech you anticipate you'll need to start your podcast. It could even be that you don't feel like you have enough to share on your very own podcast. No matter what your objections or fears may be, we're going to get to the heart of why you want to start your podcast, and I'm going to be sharing some tips to help you get there. Welcome to episode number 238 of the In a Weekend podcast. I'm your host, Yong Pratt, and you, my friends, are in the right place if podcasting is on your wish list and you're looking for ways to make that dream a reality sooner rather than later. If you're listening to this podcast on the go, do me a favor. Make sure you save it and re-listen and take some time with the exercises and the questions we're going to dive into today. This episode is all about gaining clarity on the reasons why you want to become a podcaster. Before we dive into the exercises I've laid out for you today, I want to take you back to 2013 and share the story of why I started my first podcast. The first episode of the Raising Smart Kids podcast launched on August 7th, 2013. At the time, my oldest daughter was 7 and my youngest was 4. It was 2 years post-grad school, and my performing arts studio was about to kick off its 13th season. The new season brought with it the excitement of opening the doors to our arts-based preschool that I had worked to create during grad school. I was looking for a way to amplify my school's message of arts-based education and its many benefits for all ages: brain development, physical development, social and emotional development, confidence, problem-solving skills, and more. I wanted to share with the masses how my own research projects and grad school experiences were playing out successfully in my own classrooms. And I wanted to equip my fellow parents with tools and resources they could use to help their own kids be more successful in school through the arts. I saw my podcast as a means to serve more people and make a bigger impact in the lives of more kids. You may remember that at this time in my life, I was still terrified of doing video, so audio seemed like it would be a good fit to share and to serve. For me, a podcast was the perfect medium to amplify, to share, and to equip. Back in episode number 234, I asked you the question: what are 3 reasons why you want to start a podcast? Well, let me give you some examples on reasons why people start podcasts. To grow your audience. To serve more people by sharing what you know and what you've learned. To make a difference. To prove to yourself that you have what it takes to become a podcaster. to connect and build relationships. There are so many reasons people start their podcasts, and we're really going to dive into that today. I want you to set aside some time today, or at least during this week, to go through these exercises I'm going to share. The whole process will take around an hour, and I've designed them in 10-minute sprints so you can spread them through your day or throughout your week, depending on what your schedule permits. Deal? Step number 1, grab a journal, open the Notes app on your phone, or use your computer. Set a timer for 10 minutes and brainstorm a list of all the reasons you want to start your podcast. Now, don't judge the ideas as they pop into your head, just record them. If at the end of 10 minutes you still have ideas flowing, reset the timer for another 10 minutes. Step number 2. Once the timer is done, look at the list you've created. Set another timer for 10 minutes and choose your top 3 reasons. You may even discover that getting to your top 3 causes some feelings to surface. Maybe feelings of excitement, or nervousness, or even fear. Again, this is a no judgment activity. Just tune in to whatever feelings surface. Step 3. Set the timer for another 10 minutes and describe any feelings you're experiencing in your journal or wherever you are keeping your brainstorm list. Again, if 10 minutes isn't enough, just set it for another 10. Step number 4. Fast forward 1 to 3 months. You've launched your podcast and you've discovered a true love of the art form that so many of my students share with me. Revisit your top 3 reasons for wanting to start your podcast and then ask yourself this question. How do your 3 reasons play out in your business? Will those reasons lead to more business, more revenue, a way to equip your current clients? Now that you're clear on why you want to start your podcast and what a podcast can mean for your business, you're ready for step number 5. Now, I don't want you to move on until you've completed steps 1 through 4. Deal? Well, here is the final step. Step number 5. Grab a calendar or open up the calendaring app on your phone. Pick a date 1 to 3 months in the future, not more. Why? Because there are exactly 3 months left in 2019, and you can absolutely launch your podcast by then. The date you picked is going to be the date you're committing to launch your podcast. Now, I really want you to push yourself and pick a date that causes a little fear or anxiety, or really starts those voices in your head questioning you and your ability to even make your podcast happen. I definitely want you to feel a little something as you pick that date. Once you have completed these steps, I want you to come over to yongpratt.com/238, and I want you to share the date you picked to launch your podcast. Now, if you're listening to the podcast in early October, there is, again, still plenty of time to launch your podcast this year. There are still 3 whole months, and we can absolutely make your podcast a reality. In fact, my upcoming Super 7 live video challenge kicks off on Monday, October 7th. and it's designed to help you prep for your podcast launch. Even if video seems overwhelming, trust me when I say I'll be there to support you every step on this journey. Using video as a podcaster has so many benefits that I'll be sharing during the challenge. Plus, you'll learn how to make your podcast a reality this month. If you want to become a podcaster, let's make your dream a reality. Let's do it together, and let's do it fast. Not way off in the distant future, but this year and maybe even this month. It all starts by saving your seat to the Super 7 Challenge at yongpratt.com/238. Your podcast, my friends, is closer than you think. Again, the Super 7 Challenge begins on Monday, October 7th, so definitely don't wait to save your seat, and let's make your podcast a reality together. During the challenge, I'll be coming to you live every day inside of our challenge group right on Facebook. I would love to see you there and share your successes on future episodes of this podcast. You can save your seat for free at yongpratt.com/238. Next week, I have 2 episodes coming your way. I have a bonus episode coming your way on Monday and our regularly scheduled episode on Thursday, all about starting with what you have. Okay, my friends, that is a wrap on episode number 238 of the In a Weekend podcast. I hope that I'll be seeing you inside the Super 7 Challenge. You can save your seat at yongpratt.com/238. Cheers.